If you've gotten your phone out and checked on the crypto markets in the past few days, you're seeing massive waves of green across the board. This is a complete sentiment shift from the bearishness that we've seen over the past month that really started back in March. Over the last month or so, people have been worried that Bitcoin and other major cryptocurrencies have topped and have entered into a prolonged bear market. But just in the past week, we've seen some massive fundamental changes that are insanely positive for crypto and could mark the next leg up of the 2024 crypto bull market. I'm going to talk about exactly what those are in this video today and what could happen next. I'm going to explain all this as a blockchain developer myself who works with this technology on a daily basis. So if you're new around here, hey, I'm Gregory, and on this channel, I turn you into a blockchain master. So if that's something that you're interested in, then smash that like button down below and subscribe. And while there's definitely some good money to be made in the crypto markets over the long term, the absolute best way to make it in this space is to increase your income by becoming a blockchain developer. And I can show you how to do that step by step from start to finish over at dappuniversity.com/bootcamp. All right, so let's get into this. Let's talk about this big shift that's happened in crypto within the past week that could be signaling the beginning of the next leg up for the crypto bull market. Now, obviously, nothing I'm saying in this video is designed to be financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy or sell any cryptocurrency based on this information, but let's jump in, okay? Now, there's a lot to talk about, but the number one thing is the thing that's been on everybody's mind, even outside the crypto industry, which was the attempt on the former President Donald Trump's life last Saturday at his Pennsylvania rally. So, wait, what? What's that got to do with crypto? Well, it actually has a lot to do with it. Now, I don't love really bringing up politics in my videos, but crypto does not exist inside of a vacuum and is highly influenced by external factors like the broader economy, stock market, and unfortunately politics. And therefore, you have to take this into consideration to connect the dots to see how this could change things. But I promise this whole video is not going to be about politics, so bear with me. But anyways, last weekend was a big deal. And I don't want to say the A word on my channel because I don't want it to get shadow banned. And we basically all know what happened by now. But what does this actually mean for crypto? Well, in short, this inadvertently increased Trump's odds at winning the election in November, okay? We've seen this type of thing happen in the past where these types of events actually increase support for a candidate just like it did with Ronald Reagan. And the numbers don't lie. The polling numbers for Trump have increased ever since this event took place. And if you look at other metrics like predictions markets or betting odds, you can see a pretty significant uptick now well north of 60% for the betting odds on Real Clear polling. And then on Polymarket, which is a crypto app, they've surged north of 70%. So the events of last weekend just increased Trump's chance of winning in November. So what does that mean for crypto? Well, love him or hate him, the reality is that Trump is the most pro-crypto candidate of the two options, assuming that Biden continues to run. And this has a direct impact on sentiment for the entire crypto industry, particularly around regulations for crypto and the growth of cryptocurrency in the United States and to make it an established, legitimate investable asset class. Trump has gone on record saying that he wants the U.S. to be a leader in the cryptocurrency industry, something no former president or candidate really has ever said. And the market has reacted positively to this type of sentiment, with no surprises. And on top of that, just about an hour before I started recording this video, we just got the news that Trump has picked his vice president running mate, Senator J.D. Vance, okay? Now, why is that a big deal? Well, Senator Vance is a former venture capitalist, has long been a champion of crypto and the blockchain industry. He's been one of the biggest voices in Congress pushing for clarifying crypto regulation and actually codifying that and moving the needle in that regard, okay? And also, per protocol, he has to publicly disclose a lot of his investments. And, we have a public record of his holding, somewhere in the neighborhood of $250,000 worth of Bitcoin at the time of purchasing in 2022, which is likely worth a lot more today. And also the news of, Senator Vance becoming the running mate for Trump is a pretty big win for Polymarket, the crypto app like I was talking about a minute ago, because we're starting to see this type of application become a source of truth for the internet. And the odds for him becoming the pick before it was ever publicly announced surged north of 70% prior to the announcement. So I'm glad to see these types of applications getting real utility and providing value to the internet. So shout out to Polymarket. And so anyways, the whole point is, regardless of what your political affiliation is or who you want to be president in 2024, who gets elected, the cold hard facts show that, Trump's odds just increased significantly and that a Trump-Vance presidency would be the most pro-crypto presidency in the executive branch of the White House that we've ever seen in all of history. And no surprises, the market is going to like that prospect. Okay, so here's my next point. All right, now, like I said before, crypto does not exist in a vacuum. It's highly influenced by other factors like the economy, stock market, and unfortunately, politics. Now, the voting public basically believes that a Trump-Vance presidency will ultimately lead to a better economy and a better stock market. Okay, one of the biggest headwinds we've seen for crypto ever since the end of 2021 has been the tightening of financial conditions, particularly a rapid increase in interest rates to fight inflation and a slowing economy resulting in jobs lost and sticky prices as a result of inflation. Now, generally, the public puts more faith in a Trump ticket to improve these types of conditions, and it's likely that under this new administration, we'll see many of these issues addressed head on and spoken about publicly as top priority issues. And markets will likely anticipate this. They're forward looking and will likely see the stock market perform well. And that's really important because for the crypto market to perform well, we kind of also need the stock market to do well as well. We see periods where crypto doesn't do well while the stock market's doing well, but we don't really see periods where crypto's performing well and the stock market is going down. And that leads me to my next point, which is interest rates, okay? And the likelihood that we will see an interest rate cut sooner rather than later. Now, like I was saying, I expect that we'll see rate cuts if Trump gets elected, but the market's already anticipating that we'll see rate cuts as soon as September. Okay, now this is another catalyst that is political, but doesn't depend upon the outcome of the election. And this rate cut could be the first signal that economic headwinds for crypto could be subsiding. Okay, and if we have more to come, this could pour gas on the fire to ignite markets, including crypto. Okay, and now finally, we have another piece of major news that is somewhat political, but isn't directly tied to the presidential election or the economy, and that's the Ethereum ETFs, which are now set to go live as of Tuesday, July 23rd. And that's actually breaking news the time of recording this video. It'll release slightly after that. But now I plan to make a separate video about this. Make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications to see that whenever it comes out. But I want to include it in my update today because it just broke. Now, what is this and why is it such a big deal? Well, ETFs are basically just exchange-traded funds, which are a way to buy cryptocurrencies through traditional financial means inside your brokerage account through a derivative product rather than a cryptocurrency exchange. So, for example, like if you want to go online and buy gold, you're buying shares in a gold ETF that represents physical gold somewhere. You're not actually buying bars of gold. It's the same with cryptocurrency ETFs, okay? Now, we've seen the Bitcoin ETF go live early this year, which, we saw a huge run up in the Bitcoin price anticipating the go live date. And then even after the Bitcoin ETF went live, we actually saw inflows come in to buy those products, which resulted in positive price performance for Bitcoin, just the overall asset itself, even after the ETFs went live. Okay. Now, I anticipate that we will likely see something similar for Ethereum, maybe prior to these going live, but also after, where we'll likely see Ethereum perform well with inflows coming in through these new ETFs. And of course, not financial advice. I do expect that to be good for the Ethereum price over the long term, but this is also bullish for the entire crypto market and could be another catalyst, like I'm talking about with all these things, for crypto to enter into the next leg up for the 2024 bull market. So let me know what you all think down in the comment section below. Do you think a Trump presidency would be good for crypto? Would it be a bad thing? Do you think the rate cuts are going to happen? Do you think we're going to see the Ethereum ETF go live and see positive impact on the Ethereum price or negative? Or are we not even going to get this next leg up in the crypto bull market like I'm talking about? I want to hear from you. And whenever you're finished leaving your comment, make sure you smash that like button down below for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe. And while there's always some good opportunity to make money in the crypto markets over the long term, the absolute best way to make it in this space is to increase your income by becoming a blockchain developer. And I can show you how to do that step by step from start to finish over at dappuniversity.com/bootcamp. You really don't have to be an expert to get started today. I've helped people with zero coding experience become real world blockchain developers in a matter of months. So that's all I've got. Until next time, thanks for watching Dapp University.